Wagwan, everyone. I hope you're doing well and welcome back to Tereak Talks, to another Premier League preview show, match week 33. We've only got 5 more match weeks to go. I know we've got more than 5 more games to go for plenty of other teams, but we're going to have double game weeks in a lot of them, and we'll be doing you double shows when they do occur. But for now, for this weekend, it's just one Premier League preview show, and I'm back. I know I missed the last one, guys. I do apologize, but you guys have still been getting your predictions into the comment section of our community posts and interacting in the Discord server too. So I really do appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in, and I really am looking forward to this weekend set of fixtures. We've got plenty to talk about. We've got also, midweek games to speak about too, and plenty of topics that we always have to discuss with football. And there's news that's come out too, and team news, everything, you name it, as we are entering. We are already in the final run, let's be honest. We're not entering it, we're there. So I really do appreciate all of you guys that are tuning in right now. Sorry, our hair's looking a little bit of a mess. I need a trim. I'm in desperate need of a trim. That will be coming this week. So guys, yeah, do excuse it. I will be looking a bit more fresh and dapper as the end of the season is nigh. But I really do appreciate those who are coming in right now. And let me just give a big shout out to my brother Enz each and every time, because I was just on his channel doing Let's Talk Football with myself, Enz, and G. We usually have Savage there as well, but Savage was in the comments, so big up to yourself, Sav. I do appreciate the opportunity that you give me to go on there, but they have also redirected a few of you, and I can see a few of you already in the live chat. I really do appreciate you coming over, showing support, hitting that like button, and yeah, coming over, because it's a Liverpool fan channel mainly, but they do have a good set of fan base over there. Rivals, we have friendly banter, that football rivalry that we do have, but it's always respectful. And it's my brother Enz over there too, and my brother G and Sav each and every time. Love to you all. So let's get into it. I just want to big up everyone that is here right now. You deserve an individual shout out, and then we'll get into it. I'm running a little bit late. I've had to push it back half an hour than I usually do. So because I've tried to get things sorted and everything today. Been a busy one. You know how it is, people. It does get like that. So I really do. Do mind me. I keep saying I appreciate you. It's because I do, man. You still stick with me even when I'm not here and time. So thank you, guys. Big up to yourself, Shay. Love to see you in here, my man. And he says here, big up T. Big up Casey. He says, guess who's back? Back again. And get Casey's back. Tell a friend. Big up to yourself, Casey. That's stuck, I love that. I love how when the first time you came in here, probably like one of the first 2 times, I don't even know how we just started singing some Eminem tunes. Shady's back again. He says, shout out, I'm shouting for Villa this weekend. Who are you shouting for? Come on, the mighty Arsenal. Just because I might be wearing a light blue top, you might think I'm a City fan. No, the cannon on the hat should tell you everything you need to know. I definitely need to wear this hat because the hair is looking mad. But I've said that twice already. You man don't care. You're not here for my hair. You're here for me to chat about football, and we can discuss, and you guys can get your predictions in the modern game with about 10 minutes extra every match. And you'd think Ten Hag would use his bench options more. Hey, he's giving his thoughts on Ten Hag there. I know there is, but you've not really had many bench options this season, though, Casey, with the injuries you've had. Let's be honest. Big up to you being here too. Really appreciate you coming here and being in the chat, and it is a hard time being a Liverpool fan off the back of last night's result, UV. But hey, still plenty more to go. You got some of your best players returning, so I do expect a strong end to the season for Liverpool. I don't think you're going to tail off like how some people are shouting. I hope you do. I hope I'm wrong, just as a rival perspective. But nah, man, you got some of your best players back. I was speaking about it at ends. Jota, your best finisher at the club. You've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, one of the best creators in world football, returning, and you've got the best goalkeeper in the world coming back too. So now, even though you are leaking a few more chances, you'd expect Alisson, the best keeper in the world, to bail you out on a few of those occasions. I think that's why Liverpool are set up in a way where they can see chances, because they know that they've got the goalkeeper in Alisson that can prevent them and save their bacon on a few occasions. So it's the risk versus reward factor, and you're a team that doesn't have a problem getting chances, and now you've got your best finisher to put them in the back of the net. So it's not all bad. Big up to yourself, UV. G's in here too. Big up to my brother G. Bayesian Pops is here too. Big up to my man them right here. Shay, listen to Shay, says, remember to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. Get T to 800 subscribers. Appreciate you for that. Big up to my brother Ends in here as well, each and every time. 19 subscribers. Hey, to get to 800, listen to that. Big up T, the waffler. He's calling me late. Big up Moss in the building, who is March's predictor of the month. I did send you the predictor of the month, my brother. Check your emails. The prize for the predictor of the month. Check your emails. You know, the one that you usually contact me on. I'm not going to bait out your email in the live chat, but have a look. Let me know if you received it whilst you're checking your email in the chat here as well, my bro. Really appreciate you. Who else have we got in here? I love for that. Love each and every time, my man. Pax says, better than, big up to yourself, Pax. He says, being later than tea, just how busy my day's been. Hey, tell me about it. The fact that you're in later says a lot. Usually here on time. Big up to my bro, Pax, each and every time. I hope you've had a good day. That's the most main and important thing. It is Friday, and it's been a bit hectic for me myself. I've not even got everything set up, so I'm vamping right now, as they do on TV, you know, when they're trying to get everything set up in the background whilst I'm clicking on wrong buttons and everything. And this time, I'm not on mute. Matt, guys, the reason why one of the preview shows was a video and you didn't see it in the live, because I was on mute for the first 10 minutes of that stream. Yeah, embarrassing. For those that were here watching it live, I mean, you definitely didn't hear anything live, but it must have been funny. Not listening to me. You probably preferred it, let's be honest. You know, I do waffle a lot. And there he is. I can see the waffles already in here. Big up to yourself, Niall. Love to see you in here too. And everyone else that is watching afterwards, I really do appreciate you for tuning in. It is the Premier League preview show. We are back. I have got the slideshow up and running. I haven't even got the background set yet, though. So let me get that sorted whilst I read you the preview show rules and that we have, because this isn't just a Premier League preview show, it's a predictions show where you guys can enter our predictions league that we have, but that we've started from the beginning of the season all the way to the end, and we're not too far now. And if you're thinking, I'm a new subscriber, I've just found the channel, what's the point in me entering now? Well, guys, I also do a predictor of the month just to make sure it keeps you guys engaged, because I know in life that there are busy times. It'd be quite difficult for all of you to be able to stay in tune with the channel and be locked into the preview shows and get your predictions on time. But if you can do it for a month and you succeed, then yeah, it will be worth it, and you will be given a prize. I did give Moss a prize. I have to give people different prizes just based on if they're in the UK or not. So yes, says, I think I've seen it. Amazon not being using maybe start up Prime again. Yes, it was an Amazon gift voucher for yourself. 25 Canadian, I think. Yeah, so I hope you do enjoy that. And yeah, you can start up Amazon Prime with that. I think you could pay for Prime using it, or you don't even need Prime to get loads of things. But I don't know, Amazon in your area, they might deliver a little bit quicker. Just thought thank you, Moss, for your support. You've been finishing second so many times, but you finally won in March and you deserved it. and you beat Manch, that's the person you had to beat. And if you want to enter the predictions league, here it is right here. All predictions must be entered before the first fixture of the game week. So the first fixture we've got this weekend is Newcastle versus Tottenham. So that will be the example that I'm using. So if you want to enter it, leave your predictions in the comment section at the end of the stream. You can put them into the live chat. I will be discussing them and I will raise them up after we go through each game and my thoughts on each game. But if you want to enter, get them into the comment section so I can. It's just easier for me to track it at the end, guys, so that I can look at it and keep track of it, and others can see your predictions too, make sure that they're in before the first fixture. So before 12:30 of the game. It's similar to FPL for those who play FPL here. So you got 3 points for correct score. So for the Newcastle Tottenham game, if you predict a Newcastle win and Newcastle win by 1-0, you predicted a 1-0 win, you will get 3 points, and 1 point for a correct result. So if you predict 2-1 and Newcastle win 1-0, that you will only get 1 point. And then vice versa, if they draw but you predicted a win, or if they lose, or Tottenham win if you predicted Tottenham win, but you so if Tottenham win but you predicted a Newcastle one, that means that they will you won't get any points for that. Sorry guys, I am vamping whilst doing it. I'm trying to get things sorted on the last minute and the last goal here whilst chatting with you guys. That's why things may seem a bit out of whack, but once I'm sorted, and I think I've got this here. There we go. Yes, we are here. We are ready. We are sorted. Trying to get the productions level up a little bit, guys. So you know what you need to do. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already. I really would appreciate those if you haven't done so. And subscribe if you're new. And let's get into it, because we'll be discussing about your team if you're a Premier League fan. But we're going to begin with the mighty Arsenal, who I think this is the headline fixture of this weekend's games. It's the hardest one out of the title chasing teams, as Arsenal are at the Emirates 4:30 on Sunday. Both teams played in Europe. Arsenal played on Tuesday night in a 2-2 draw against Bayern. Just my quickly overall thoughts on it, because I've spoken about it on Enz's channel. If you want to go check that out, we did a Let's Talk Football. I went into a bit of depth on that one there, speaking about the Bayern game post, like giving it a good, not an instant reaction. So we've gone through it, speaking about the game, relaxed, speaking about the key moments. So if you want to hear that there, but overall, I'm satisfied with the result, because I do have a lot of confidence that Arsenal can go to Munich and win. It's going to be a difficult task, of course, but Arsenal did enough in that second half. First half, it was started off well. Arsenal looked dangerous. We could have scored another goal added on to Saka's beautiful curler into that bottom corner from Benjamin White. I really felt like that was going to do something. And then, we're going to assert our dominance and really make a statement in Europe. But then a little bit of lackadaisical defending that we haven't seen from Arsenal all season occurred. And that's when, in the Champions League, even though Bayern Munich have been poor this season, they've struggled. They've still got the likes of Harry Kane, Leroy Sané, Serge Gnabry, Jamal Musiala, and Leon Goretzka that can pop up with a goal at any moment. And they capitalized on that, and then it built from there. More errors happened with Kivior and Saliba that led to their second goal, and it felt ominous. But Arsenal really stepped up in the second half, and credit to Mikel Arteta for the tactical change that he did in there with the substitutes, bringing on Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, Leandro Trossard. It was brilliant from Arteta. And it really showed why he's one of the highest rated managers in the world right now. Not up to the level of, the Peps and Klopps, because he hasn't achieved what they've done, but one of the hottest prospects and one of the best in-game managers that we see in the world right now. And massive credit to him for us salvaging a draw and moving into Bayern Munich with the tie still level and still, again, in our hands, that we can try and do something. It's going to be difficult, but Arsenal are focusing on Aston Villa this weekend, who Aston Villa did get a big win in Europe themselves, beating Lille by 2-1 last night. Big win for Aston Villa. That one goal that Lille did score made it perfect for me, and I'm perfect for most Arsenal fans, I can imagine, because that means the tie is in the balance, and it does give Unai Emery decision that he has to make going into this game. Is he going to go strong, or is he going to do something similar that he did against Manchester City? Rotate a few players, maybe anyone that is a bit of a risk or a doubt who may have come back from their Lille game into the red zone or with a little niggle, they could usually play. But if that means I risk them for the away tie in Lille, he might go against it. So I think that's a perfect result for Arsenal going into that. Villa winning, they're still in the tie, but so are Lille, and Lille can easily score a goal and easily win at home because they're a good side and they did pose a threat to Aston Villa themselves. But in terms of the team news for Arsenal, Gabriel Magalhaes wasn't in training today, this morning. So that's a little bit of a doubt. So he's a little bit of an injury doubt going into this game here. And Jurrien Timber is the only other confirmed absentee who's still not ready yet to play after his ACL injury. Arteta did say that he expects Jurrien Timber to play a game for the under-23s and then play a game in-house for Arsenal to so really build up some match fitness. So there's more to do with fitness levels rather than the injury. He's done everything that he needs to do in training, and maybe we'll see Jurrien Timber play before the season ends. I don't think we'll see him start, but it'll most likely be some late minutes towards the end of the game, and it'll be interesting to see if he brings him on whilst the game is still in fine balance, given the fact that he is lacking that match fitness, hasn't played since August, and he's only played one game, one competitive, maybe two competitive games if you count the Community Shield for Arsenal. So it's huge to have Jurrien Timber back, but most likely before next season when we'll see the best of Jurrien Timber, because we did get a nice glimpse in the pre-season and in the first couple of competitive games for Arsenal, but just wasn't meant to be. But Arsenal, apart from Timber and apart from potentially Gabriel Magalhaes, that'll be a fully fit squad. If Gabriel Magalhaes isn't fit and available, that will be a huge loss. I think if he is touch and go, Arsenal fans, would you be willing to risk Jakub Kiwior? Well, okay, it's not necessarily a risk, and it's poor to say that, but taking out our best defender this season, one of our best players in Gabriel Magalhaes, would you take the risk of starting Jakub Kiwior ahead of him and making sure that he is fit and available for the Bayern game, or would you start Gabriel? Okay, if it was for Bukayo Saka, who again, I would probably think I'd rest him, but because it's Gabriel Magalhaes and how robust that he is, and I'm not saying that Saka isn't, of course, but because Saka is definitely robust. We've seen that a lot already, the amount of games he's played for us and how he seems to maybe miss a game with an injury, but come straight back in and has a good run within the side. But I just feel like Gabriel Magalhaes in this type of fixture, with the threats that Villa have on the counter-attack, you really want your best defenders here and available. We saw last season the importance of having your best back four available at every moment. And if you miss one key piece in that, it can hit like a domino effect. And I think the level of tide that we're playing right now in Aston Villa, who are in the top 5 and could be in the top 4 if they did go win this game and Tottenham were to lose, or even draw on the weekends, hey, I wouldn't want to risk it. So I would start Gabriel Magalhaes if he's fit. And if there was any sort of doubt around him, I would take the risk. Because we're in the business end of the season now. You're going to have to take these risks. But Aston Villa themselves, they will be without Douglas Luiz, who begins a 2-match suspension after picking up 10 yellow cards against Brentford. And that happened in the 90th minute as well, by the way. So it was a bit of blow for them in that 3-3 draw last weekend. Matty Cash and Clement Longley have returned to training following layoffs and will be monitored. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I mean about what is he going to do with that Europa League game looming ahead right now. Is he going to be willing to take a risk on both Matty Cash or Clement Longley? We're yet to wait and see. Is he going to want to bring in Cash because he's going to try and protect the likes of Ezri Konsa, who has been an important figure for them in their back four, playing at right back, has done a fantastic job for them this season, and you've seen it reflect in his call-up for England? Or is he going to be like, okay, we'll maybe start you off on the bench, we'll rest a few players off the bench, and then we'll maybe bring you on if the game is still intact, and if not, then you get the rest and then we'll play you in midweek. It'll be interesting to see. But Tyrone Mings, Jacob Ramsey, and Boubacar Kamara and Emi Buendia are all still injured. So they're missing 2 of their starting defensive midfielders. So that maybe gives Arsenal a bit of added incentive going into this game to really go out and go strong ourselves. I think what Arsenal will do is, I think we may make 1 or 2 changes. And I've not said this yet on Twitter. The one change that I would look to make For this fixture, I would look to bring Fabio Vieira in. The reason being is, and we haven't seen Fabio Vieira start a game all season. I don't believe. Has he started a game in the Premier League this season? No, because the last time, well, before he got injured, he came on against Burnley and he got sent off, and then he had to go get groin surgery. And he's come on against Sheffield United and Brighton as a substitute. But I don't think we've seen Fabio Vieira starting a game. And the reason why I'd start him is because the player that he is, he's someone that is a real passer of the ball. He's probably a profile of player that this squad has been missing from a creative sense. Someone who's doesn't mind taking a risk, has vision. We've seen it with the goals that we've scored, late winners or late goals to add to our winning lead against Aston Villa last season, picking out Martinelli. The goal that really springs to mind is the Gabriel Jesus one against Man United. He has that ability in the eye to pick out a pass from any range. He's probably one of our most creative passers in that sense. Odegaard's our most creative player, and he can do so much with the ball at his feet, and he's very good at picking out a pass in tight situations, but within long distances and hitting a ball in behind, perfect weight to ongoing runners, the likes of Saka, Kai Havertz, and I would start Martinelli on the left too in this game. I think he'd be perfect for that. With the Villa's high line and the line that they play with, the space that they're leaving behind, I would have Fabio Vieira being the one who can hit that space, who can make sure it's in the perfect weight between the goalkeeper and the centre-back, so it's not too easy for Emi Martinez to claim. Because I thought when we played Aston Villa at the Villa Park is that we had quite a few opportunities to do that, but we didn't execute. And we had a few chances where we should have scored ourselves with shots that we created, but we had many more opportunities where we just weren't able to pick the right pass out and have that right way of pass, which is what I think is Fabio Vieira's special part to his game, and why Arteta was willing to spend so much money on him, and why he still continues to have faith, even though injuries have let him down. Let me know your thoughts, Arsenal fans, about that, because it's a bit of a rogue shout. I've not seen really too many say that, but one of the changes that I would make is bringing in Fabio Vieira for this game. How I think the game is going to go, I think Arsenal are going to win. I am quite confident in saying that. I think we're going to win this game. Being at the Emirates, Villa playing on a Thursday night, I just think we'll have too much for them. I don't think it's going to be a massive, comfortable victory per se. You might look at the result and think it's going to be comfortable, maybe in what I've predicted right here. I'm just writing it down as I'm speaking because I haven't even got that prepared. But I think that Arsenal are going to win by 3-1. Still, I think Villa might grab a goal just because Arsenal playing in midweek. We might have a few lethargic legs at the back, so I can't see too many changes made in the back four. And if there was any changes, maybe a few rusty players that haven't been playing as many minutes frequently. So maybe a Tomiyasu gets brought in. Zinchenko, will he start Zinchenko? Will he look to keep him rested for midweek? Whether Tomiyasu comes in at right back or left back will be intriguing to see. How many changes does Arteta make? I don't think he's going to make too many. It might be 3 at the maximum, but I think he'll make 2 changes. I think it will be Partey coming in for Jorginho, and I would make that Fabio Vieira coming in for Jesus in our last Premier League game. But if it's to say Fabio Vieira for the last Champions League game, I'd bring Partey. Then maybe I'll move Declan Rice into defensive midfield and bring Vieira on for Jorginho. That's probably what I would do right there. I can see your thoughts in the chat, guys. I really do appreciate you all tuning in right now. I can see G saying here, Villa, Villa, Villa. He's hoping for a Villa win. But I think Arsenal are going to win this by 3-1. I think it'll be quite tight. Villa will grab a goal. Arsenal will grab a couple. I don't think Villa will grab the first goal. Arsenal may score 2 first, and Villa grab a consolation. And as they're trying to attack and trying to get that equaliser, leave too much space for us to score against their leaky defence at the moment, which I saw Harry's video on Chronicles of a Goon, and he broke it down quite well. But Aston Villa, speaking to my brother Lee, who is a Aston Villa fan, he's not feeling as confident for this game as when we played them at Villa Park. Let's just say that. So I've gone 3-1 to the Arsenal. Let's see what you're saying now in the chat, guys. We've got plenty of people in here. I'm seeing all the Liverpool banter here. Pax is a Man United fan, says if Klopp only leaves with an energy cup drink in his final season, hey, that'll be mad. That'll be mad. I know you United fans will be loving it because you'll be saying Eric Ten Hag. And if Liverpool finish third and won a Carabao Cup and that's the only thing they're left with, you man will be like, Eric Ten Hag did that. Eric Ten Hag did that in his first season. But hey, I know you man are going to love it. Let's see. Any predictions we got in here, guys? Big up to yourself as well, Ozzy. Nice to see you in here, my brother. Shay's gone with a 3-1 Arsenal win. Same score as me. Great minds think alike, Shay. Might need to change my prediction now. I'm only messing with you, my bro. Paxton's gone for an Arsenal 4, Aston Villa 2. So he's gone for a high-scoring game here. I could see that happening. Definitely could see that happening. I'd prefer if Arsenal don't concede another 2 goals at home, to be honest with you. But the goals that Arsenal have conceded, Pax, Arsenal have conceded 6 goals in this year, in this calendar year. 5 of them have been at home. So if Arsenal are going to concede goals, it is more likely to be at home. Ozzy says 1-1 at the Emirates. Hey, is that more out of hope? Or is that more out of hope than actual belief? Let me know your thoughts. Let's see. Back and forth, 2-0 or 2-1, says Moss right there. Ref was blind with the penalties at the end. He was indeed, wasn't he, Pax? He was. I'm glad that you agree with me that both of them should have been penalties because there's been a lot of hot topics on that one there, but he definitely was blind for both of them. And that's why I'm like, hey, I'll take it. I'll take the 2-2 draw in the end because we could have had a penalty. We should have had a penalty, but so should they. Yep, Kane should be sent off for playing real WWE there too. Absolutely. 1-1 for me ends again. Is that more hope than belief? I'm sure you are hoping definitely for a 1-1 draw. That'd be a big plus for you because this game is after yours as well. So it'll be interesting to see. 2-1 to Arsenal. Moss has gone confirmed there. Jesus, Odegaard, and Watkins with the goals. Yeah, what form he's been on. Maple syrup, waffles, or French toast, or pancakes. This is where we like to do a little diversion here. We like to, deviate off the topics a lot. French toast for me. Hot take, French toast. No, French toast overrated. Come on. You haven't had French toast properly then, Pax. You haven't had it properly. Pancakes all day. I don't like waffles. or some Belgian or Dutch crepes. I'm not really a fan of crepes, I think they're overrated. Big up to Mohammed in the place. Big up to yourself, my brother. Says hi to Reed. Big up, my friend. Miss talking to you, T. Hope to talk to us soon. Keep praying for us in Palestine and for Gaza. Talk to you soon, my man, Mohammed, Palestine. Big up to yourself, Mohammed. And you know what? I'm praying for your safety, my brother, each and every time. And not just for your safety, but for the others, because other Palestinian people, because it's not nice. In whatever your thoughts are on the Palestine and Israel, guys, it's horrible to see lives that are getting lost. We have to be honest and clear about that. It is horrible to see. So, and Mohammed is an Arsenal fan and he is from Palestine. He's been on the channel before. We've spoken plenty of times. So yeah, it is horrible to hear, but I'm really praying for you, and I'm glad to see you here in the chat, my brother. I really do like to see you in here, and yeah, I'm glad that you've been that you are here, and yeah, I'm praying for better times for you soon, my man. And he says Villa is very dangerous on the counter attacks. Watkins and Bailey are very fast, technical. We must be alert. For me, Tommy must start to face Leon Bailey at the left side of our defense. Thanks, Mohammed. Absolutely, Mohammed. And I totally agree with that because with Tommy Asu, he is our best 1v1 defender. And I can see that. And Leon Bailey has been on form this season. But my question to you is, do you think that's a risk, Mohammed? Starting Takahiro Tomiyasu. And it's not just to Mohammed, it's to all of you guys in the chat as well. Do you think it's a risk starting Takahiro Tomiyasu? If you want him to play up against Leroy Sané in the Champions League, because I definitely want to see Tomiyasu start that game on Wednesday night. Would you start Kivior? Kivior looked out of his depth for me on when Tuesday night. It's not because he made multiple errors. It was more to do with He wasn't offering us anything in possession. We missed Zinchenko's personality in that first half. And he wasn't excelling out of possession either. When Sane's doing you like that in a 1v1 battle, it doesn't usually happen with Kivior, but he's got to bring him down. If Sane beats you, that's the beating you's not the problem. Just don't let him be able to get onto the end of that ball after he's beating you because you're not catching him. So yeah, I wasn't impressed with Kivior's performance, and I did think it was a brave decision from Mikel Arteta to start him in the first place. That one was a bit of a surprise. Look at that. Ends as well, saying Villa. But G says, I actually think you man will win 2-0. Yeah, I'd like for us to keep a clean sheet. A 2-0 victory would be good. If we can try and get this game wrapped up as soon as we can and then start taking players off like we did against Brighton and getting them rested for a big midweek game against Bayern Munich, it'll be huge for us indeed. Look at that. Arsenal, and Paxton, Arsenal too. I love it, guys. And Mohamed's preferred lineup is Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tommy. I'd probably say that's the back four I'd play. If it was a ride or die situation right now, like that's probably our best back four. Rice, Erdegaard, Smith Rowe, Saka, Trossard, Jesus. Smith Rowe is the change that you would make. I said Fabio Vieira, but I can hear the Smith Rowe shouts because he did start against Luton. 150 years of villains. Wow. Tell me about it. It is, 150 because I know, you just worked that out because that's when they were founded. And you can see it in the badge down there. Let's have a look. Good evening to yourself, BX. Nice seeing you in the place, my brother. Love to see you in here. Got to keep the hope alive. You man are funny. Tommy was rested versus Bayern last week. For me, it's clear Arteta is managing his minor injury because of his minutes because of injury record. My analysis is that he was rested versus Bayern to start against Villa. Good shout. Definitely a good shout. And you explained it well. And I think that could be the case. Would I start him? Because I really do want to start him in midweek. And I'm not sure if Tomiyasu can start back-to-back games yet. I'd rather start Zinchenko, Mohamed, and bring Tomiyasu on towards the end of the game. But then, of course, it might be better to start Tomiyasu to negate Bailey's threat to begin with. Arsenal will be good enough to get the lead. And then you can take off Tomiyasu and bring Zinchenko on. Would you want Zinchenko on if we're defending a 1-goal lead? I'm not too sure. Hey, that's why Arteta gets paid the big bucks. Me personally, I'd say I'd probably start Zinchenko. Yeah. And then, let Tommy come off the bench. And then he can start the game at Bayern Munich. But that's enough for the Arsenal chat, guys. Don't forget, get your predictions in the comment section down below. We are going to move on now to the next game, and that is Liverpool. We have got the Liverpool fans in here. We're going to be talking about you guys as you are at home to Crystal Palace at Anfield. 2:00 kickoff, of course, off the back of the Atalanta defeat. But your last Premier League game was that disappointing 2-2 draw. So I think there's even more incentive for Liverpool to try and bounce back. And they do have the players coming back that can really hurt Crystal Palace. Liverpool's Diogo Jota made his long-awaited return against Atalanta coming off the bench. And guys, if you did watch that Atalanta game, I did watch it. I watched it in full. And Jota, when he came off that bench, the first thing he did was nearly win a penalty. It was just a free kick outside of the box. It was one of his first touches. He spun the Atalanta defender, and Liverpool had a few chances. Let's say they did create some big chances of note, but there was in a period of the game where they weren't really creating anything. Jota comes on, and he's already got them turning and facing and creating a dangerous opportunity. And I think he's been missed for them, not just for what he adds in front of goal, his finishing, his prowess in there to score from his left foot, right foot header. He's elite. He's one of the best at all, finishing all types of goals. But what he gives for them off the ball too, in terms of how he's able to work and press and put the opposition under pressure, with what he gives them outside of the box in linking up the play. I was noticing another thing that he was doing there, dropping in deep against Atalanta, against their defenders, their back three, making them question, should I go in? Should I go out? And I think one of the chances that Liverpool did get, and it was the disallowed goal actually for Salah being offside, it was Jota dropping in deep. leaving the space in behind for Andy Robertson to break free into that space. And he did get into it. He found the pass, but Salah was slightly offside as Robertson found him at the back post. So that's what I'm saying, the impact that he can have. And he's a very dangerous player. And Crystal Palace fans will remember him for the dodgy penalty that he got against them a couple of years ago, the last time that Liverpool were in a title race. And he was vital for that one there. Trent Alexander-Arnold and Alisson Becker are nearing comebacks and will be monitored. Trent was on the bench, Alisson wasn't, but Joel Matip remains a long-term absentee. For Crystal Palace have Chris Richards, Rob Holding, Chet Decore, and Mateus França out with injuries. And manager Oliver Glasner says the fit again, Michael Olise may start the game. That will be a huge plus for Crystal Palace if Michael Olise is able to start. Of course, they didn't have him to start against Man City last weekend because that was his first game returning back from injury. He has suffered 2 major hamstring injuries this season, but it'll be a question of whether Oliver Glasner wants to take that risk, because with Eze there providing Eze and Olise providing the ammunition for Mateta, who's been in very good form for Crystal Palace, that could be a problem for Liverpool on the counter. Another bit of injury news for Palace is Jairo Wiedewald, who has been sidelined since February, has resumed training and could come back into contention. Some key players for Palace: Eze, Olise, Adam Wharton. I was very impressed with watching him against Manchester City on Saturday last weekend. Who else? Mark Gay, of course. But Mark Gay is not going to be about. He's not available for this one, I don't believe. Is Mark Gay fit? Let me have a look in this right now, because they have missed him. Jefferson Lerman was the one who I was having to play. I don't think Mark Gay is fit. I don't think he is. We're not going to see him until the end of the season. Last time I saw that. Mark Gay hoping to return for Manchester. Yeah, Manchester United game. So it's too soon for Mark Gay. So that might give Liverpool fans a bit more hope going into this one here. How I think this game is going to go. I'm sorry, I know it's going to appease the Liverpool fans, but I think Liverpool are going to win this one here. I think they're just going to bounce back at Anfield in front of the Anfield faithful. I think they're going to try and spur them on and to have a bounce back here. And I think the players will have enough motivation. Midweek, I don't think it will make too much of a hindrance towards them. Maybe in their performance, because Liverpool haven't been performing as well, but they've got the likes of Diogo Jota back, and I think it's going to be a 2-0 victory for Liverpool. Crystal Palace could be a problem on transition, and I think that could cause them a few issues going there, because Oliver Glasner is a manager that does, a German manager too, that likes to hit them on the counter-attack. He's German, I believe, isn't he? Or is he Austrian? Let me make sure this is... But, a German base manager he's an Austrian. Yeah, I knew he was Austrian. But yeah, from the south, Salzburg, that's where he's from. I think he's from the Red Bull group as well. Do you think he is? But yeah, from German style coach, let's just say. But he likes to play his transition game. But I just think Liverpool will have too much quality in the end. And yeah, and says light work. Gay's injured. Yeah, Liverpool to edge it 2-1. What's your thoughts and predictions, guys? Let me know in the chat. What have we got here? We've got 3-1. Is that 3-1 Paris? Is that the game's happening right now? 3-1 Liverpool. Salah, Darwin, Jota, and Eze with the goals. Yeah, Moss thinks it's going to be a Liverpool win there too. I will be watching it. 100% we'll be watching it before our game kicks off on Sunday. We'll be hoping and praying for Liverpool to drop points, but I just can't see it happening, to be quite honest with you. N says 4-1, so a big reaction there. He still thinks they're going to concede a goal. Maybe the midweek form having that. And yeah, I think N says it all the time as well, actually, when I watch his streams. Liverpool, we do just give teams chances. And it is true, but they do create a lot more chances. And Salah starting, Nunez, who, again, whatever you think of Darwin Nunez, he will manage to score goals. He will find a way. He'll miss about 3 chances, but he'll find a goal. He will. And Jota to score with Virgil with the 4th for them there. So yeah, Liverpool wins in the chat. Apart from Paxton, Pax, I hope you're right, my man. I hope you're right with a 0-0 draw. That would be great for us. That would send, if we was able to win in Liverpool draw, only 2 points clear. It's crazy how tight this title race is, because we're only ahead on goal difference now. And it mean that we'd have essentially not even 3 points, because if we lost our next game and Liverpool won, they'd go above us by 1 point. So ideally, come on, Palace, can you go and grab a win for us? Maybe I'm asking a bit too much there. But let's go now into the next game. And the other title rivals is Manchester City at home to Luton. I'm not going to really spend too long on this one because it seems like a formality, guys. I'm going to be real. Maybe I'm overlooking Luton and I'm overlooking the power of the Premier League. This one is a 3 o'clock kickoff at the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City will check the fitness of Phil Foden, who sustained a minor injury against Real Madrid. Wonderful goal he scored against Real Madrid in midweek. He did have to come off, though, with an injury. Pep Guardiola did say, but he could not confirm whether Kevin De Bruyne is fully fit following his sickness or if Kyle Walker's ready to return from a hamstring injury. So Pep Guardiola doing the good old Mikel Arteta tactics, I like to say. He probably learnt this from Pep. So, I'm being a bit disingenuous saying that. But yeah, Kyle Walker is ready to. He's keeping his cards close to his chest. But Luton boss Rob Edwards says that the Hatters remain without 10 players through injury. So they've got an injury crisis themselves, not at the right point in the season. They are in the relegation zone, level on points with Nottingham Forest with -4. There's a difference of 4 goals. So they'll have to make that up. And they're not going to make it up this weekend, are they? Let's be quite honest with you. Meanwhile, Issa Kabore will definitely miss out because he's facing his parent club, Manchester City, at home. Luton, Erling Haaland to start. I think they might make a couple of changes. I do think Rodri might not start for Manchester City because he's been speaking about how he needs rest in midweek. But I'm going to go with a 3-0 Man City win. I've gone with Man City 3, Luton 0. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. Paxton, we agreeing with each other right there. Manchester City 3, Luton 0. Haaland to score a hat-trick as well. Do you know what? I'm not Haaland hat-trick because I think he might take him off at like half-time if they're 2-0 up. Let's go with Haaland to get 1, Jack Grealish to get the other, and Julian Alvarez off the bench to score for City. And yeah, 3-0 is what me and Paxton have gone for. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the chat. Let me know your predictions. Shay's gone for a 1-1 draw right there. He's hoping. They're more that hopium. G's Manchester City, 3-0 City. Alvarez, Haaland, and Doku. So we've gone for 2 of the same goal scorers, but you've gone with Doku to grab the goal. I've gone with Grealish to do so. He might start Doku. I think you could be right. You know what Pep is. You never know who's going to start for these games. But I'm going to move on now into the next one, guys. Newcastle versus Tottenham. This is the first game of the weekend. 12:30. Interesting for the top 4 race because Tottenham are sitting in 4th place right now with 60 points with a better goal difference of 3 over Aston Villa. 1 game in hand. And that 1 game in hand is against Manchester City. So it'll be interesting to see. I hope that they beat Manchester City, to be quite honest with you. But they will be playing Newcastle at St. James's Park. Newcastle, they are going to be without Joe Willock, who is ruled out with an Achilles issue, which is sad to hear because Joe Willock has missed the majority of the season with an Achilles injury. So it looks like it could be a flare-up of that one there and joins the club's lengthy injury list. Lewis Hall missed this training this week with a thigh injury, while Tino Livramento has a slim chance of returning from an ankle issue on Saturday. Tottenham forward Richarlison is absent with a knee problem that kept him out over the win against Nottingham Forest. And on the injury list is Fraser Forster, Manuel Solomon, and Ryan Sessegnon. They do also have long-term injuries. But that means the likes of Mickey van der Ven are going to be available. Christian Romero, James Maddison, Young-Min Son. How do you think this game's going to go, guys? I think in terms of how the game will pan out, Tottenham will be the one in possession with their high line, trying to cause Newcastle problems. Newcastle's defense has been very shaky in this year, to be honest, since watching them play against Liverpool. I think that was the highest XG in one game that Liverpool created. It was like 7 XG, wasn't it? 7 goals they should have scored in that game, but they did score 4 in the end. I just think they're so leaky at the back, and Tottenham, they're leaky at the back themselves. They give teams. Spoke about Liverpool giving teams opportunities. Tottenham give more. Nottingham Forest could have had more than one goal that they scored. Chris Wood could have had a hat-trick on the weekend, guys. Yeah, it will be a tight one. But if I do think there is going to be a winner, I do think it's going to be the away side. So I've gone with a Newcastle 1, Tottenham 2. I've gone with a 2-1 victory for Tottenham Hotspur. Maybe could have been more. I was edging a 3-2 win for Tottenham or a 3-1, but I've gone for, I was close to going with that ends. I was close to going with it, but I've gone with a 2-1 Tottenham win. Newcastle, Geordies, can you do something for me, please? Because I need Tottenham in this top 4 race as long as possible, and I need them chasing, because if they're doing that, that means they'll have to win against Man City, and I can't throw it away. It does look like the potential of that 5th place not going to England. That can be the case. Liverpool go out to Atalanta. Arsenal go out to Bayern Munich. West Ham go out to Bayer Leverkusen. I think the teams that are finish above us would be Italy, Germany as well. And that would mean that we'd lose it. So if we're going to go out to Italian and German opposition, hey, that could be looking bad for you guys in 5th place. But yeah, look, let's see what you guys have said in the chat. Ends with 5-0 City. Yeah, I hear it, my bro. I hear it. Newcastle 3, Spurs 3. He went for the 3-2 victory. I think you might be right, Ends. I really do. I really do. But hey, I'd love that. Watching a 12:30 kickoff. I won't mind that there. It'd be a great way to start the Saturday of football. 2-1 Newcastle, says Moss, Isak, Barnes, and Kulusevski. I forgot Harvey Barnes is there, back fit and available now. 2 goals against West Ham. Maybe he's got something for us too. 4-0 Newcastle. Newcastle do have a they did win their last game against Fulham. Bruno Guimaraes with a winner there. 4-0 Newcastle will be a good scoreline. He's gone for a 2-2 draw in this one here. Interesting. I would hope for that 1-2 high goals. I can understand the people. I mean, everyone's gone for a high scoring affair. I think me and Moss are the ones who have gone for the lowest with 3 goals. So yeah, I can hear it. Both teams leaky at the back. Both teams are very strong in the attack. That sounds like a poor chant. Leaky at the back, strong in the attack. That's why Tottenham are bottlers. Nah. Shocking. Nah, I should just stick to talking football, not doing football chants. Yeah, I'm light skinned, but I'm not Drake. So let's move on. But La Liga still have 3 clubs in CL. Hey, there you go. Forgot about that. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico. And with how the first legs have gone, Moss, it looks like a Spanish club could make the final. If Atletico go through, not Atletico, because different athletic club. They're the ones that he actually pronounced with the TH, but because I think when they English owners, when they founded like as English owners, they got a tie with England. I know that. But yeah, waffling again. But Atletico Madrid, they beat Dortmund. Barcelona, they beat Paris Saint-Germain. And then Real Madrid, of course, they could make it to the final, so we could have a Madrid derby. And that would give them the edge too. And then we'd be 4th in the coefficient if that would happen. And then you could potentially even have there's no Italian clubs in the Europa League. You've got Liverpool, Atalanta, Benfica, Marseille, Roma, AC Milan, and what's the other one? Bayer Leverkusen, West Ham, of course. Open Graham vibes. I know, yeah. Bilbao Basque. Hey, speaking of Bilbao, just before I move on to the next game, did you see their trophy parade for the Copa del Rey? That was levels. They don't do no open top busting. They just did like a whole like city, like in a tower and that. It was mad. It looked good. It looked like good vibes. They got real passionate fans. And you can understand because of how the club is. It's more about being a community club, even how they scout players. They only use Basque players. In and around the Basque region, in the north of Spain, south of France. Basselli, yeah, exactly. Spurs fans should be cheering for us then, eh? If they finish 5th, exactly. But they've got it into their own hands at the moment, so they won't be cheering for us against Bayern Munich, will they? But they should be to strengthen their Champions League position. But they're never going to do that because Spurs fans would sacrifice top 4 if it meant that we didn't win a Champions League or a Premier League. You know how they're like. They'd rather see us fail than them succeed. That's just how it is for Spurs. But let's move on now into the next game. We're going to fly. We're going to fry. We are going to fry Manchester United. Sorry, Pax. But yeah, we're going to fly through these. That's what I was meant to say. And AFC Bournemouth are hosting Manchester United. And I would like to say congratulations to Andoni Iraola. And guys, do you know what I might do at the end of the season? I'm definitely going to do this anyway. Do you know the predictions show that I did? Because you guys, we have got a prediction table league, but the one where I predicted who was going to finish where in the table. I'm going to react to that, and I'm going to react to it live with you guys. I think it'll be a great show. That I've not done it live before. I think I've done a pre-recorded one before where I've looked back at it and I've said, yeah, this, that, the other, and why I went for my prediction, how far I was off. But I'm going to do a live one. But I might do one of my ones to watch because I did speak about Andoni Iraola in that, and Paxton, when he had that slow start, he was on my case. When I predicted that Andoni Iraola is going to be a top manager in the Premier League and Bournemouth are going to finish in the top half, Pax was like, okay, let's have a look at this. Started off slowly, could have got sacked. That's how poor they were to begin with. Paxton was like, well, you said this, though, T. You said this. And then he had a good turn in form, went through a down period, and now he's had another upturn in form where he won Manager of the Month. And that's why I'm mentioning it. I'm giving myself the flowers here for 2 or 3 minutes because Pax, told you so. And not just Pax. I'm only messing. I said it to everyone else too. I think he's a top manager. Excellent job at Rayo Vallecano with what he did there. The only reason I know that is because when I was watching him play against Real Madrid and Barcelona, I was like, whoa, this team with their high pressing system, like he's not even scratched the surface at Bournemouth yet. We're going to see a better team in the long term. And we might even see it happen 5:30 on Saturday, AFC Bournemouth hosting Manchester United. I'll be watching this, not because there's really anything riding on this game, because I'll be cheering on Andoni Iraola. And I was cheering Man United last weekend, and it felt horrible. And guys, Man United fans, I don't know how you do it. How do you even live watching Manchester United? Because the heart can't take it. From watching a few of your games this season, even as a neutral, or let's say are you ever really a neutral in football? Let's say as a hater. Yeah, watching Man United, I'm like, these games, they've been so up and down. Man United get dominated, then they turn out to win. And even the high scoring ones, like your Chelsea games, the Wolves game away from home, and then the Liverpool one. I'm like, this is not healthy being a Man United fan. This is why I get why some of you are like, you know what, let's just not do this. I don't want to lose any more hair. I don't want to make any more stress. My heart rate is high enough. For those of you that did take the vaccine, I mean, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, you shouldn't. It's not good enough for you. It's not healthy. So yeah, AFC Bournemouth, Manchester United. In terms of injury news, Bournemouth are without Antoine Semenyo and Marcus Tavernier, who sustained injuries in the last week loss at Luton. I'm not happy about that because I put Antoine Semenyo in my team like an idiot, man. Why did I do that? I put him in my team last week as a 4.5 cheap striker in my FPL, and now it's out. So I'm going to have to make a change there. Or just have him sat on the bench and then hope that my other striker starts. Might have to take Haaland out, you know. Defender Chris Mepham is ruled out through illness and joins Tyler Adams. Ryan Fredericks and Luis Sinisterra on the sidelines. Tyler Adams injured again. Man United, you might do something. Marcus Rashford faces a late fitness test after being forced off against Liverpool. I forgot he came off with an injury there. And a knee injury will keep Scott McTominay out, while defenders Rafael Varane and Johnny Evans remain absent. So some injuries to the key parts of both teams right there, with Marcus Rashford going forward. The goals from Scott McTominay, that usually happens when he comes off the bench. But no Rafael Varane and Johnny Evans either. So missing key players in the defence, missing key players in the midfield and defence for Bournemouth. I think that should make for an entertaining spectacle and for a high-scoring game. Man United, I'm hoping you lose, but I don't think you will. But I also don't think you'll win either. So I've gone with a 2-2 draw. I've gone with Man United drawing by 2-2. Just think goals will happen from both sides. If there is going to be a winner, you'd probably go with Man United just because of the quality that they've got going forward. I think that they will get battered again, and then you'll see a Bournemouth team that will try and put them under the cosh, create chances similar to that Brentford game, maybe not to the level of that Brentford game with the amount of chances that Brentford had, but Man United will cause a threat on the counter-attack. Alejandro Garnacho, Anthony's returning some good form, Højlund with the speed that he's got, and Bruno Fernandes supplying. I think, yeah, you just have enough to score those goals, and I think they will make sure you won't lose the game. So I've gone for a 2-2 draw right there. I said I was going to fly through this. I've spent longer than I wanted to. Pax has gone for a 2-1 Manchester United win. Shay's gone for a 4-1 Man United win. Big up to yourself, Red Devil Yannick in here. Says, hello, T. How are you? I'm top, man. How about yourself? Nice seeing you here, my brother. Yeah, went 2-1 Man United. Solanke, Garnacho, Hoyland. I hear it. Compensation is we only score bangers. So it's something to rewatch. Yeah, it's true. The goals that you seem to score are crazy. Whether it's a ridiculous pass or a ridiculous long shot or a strike, it does seem to happen that way. 3-2 Bournemouth, says Ends. He wants revenge. He wants them to face some sort of revenge after last week, and I hear it, and I'm with you. Oh, I'd like to see that too. Kobe Mainu with Kobe Mainu 5-1 Man United. Kobe Mainu with 5 goals. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, to add to his 2 that he's got from three in a Man United shirt, 2 in the Premier League, 3 in all comps. Yeah, my brain's ticking over whilst I'm going through these. But let's go now into the next game, guys. We'll fly through these a little bit quicker. Brentford taking on Sheffield United. Again, Brentford, they are 4 points off the relegation zone. They do have a better goal difference than Luton by 7, so you can probably make that 5. It's going to be a big game for Brentford, for the Busy Bees in this game here. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff at the G-Tech Community Stadium. Brentford can welcome back Ivan Toney back to their starting lineup after a small muscle injury he had that had only seen him fit enough for the bench last week. They're also boosted by the return of Ethan Pinnock and Kevin Sade. Massive news. Ethan Pinnock, one of their best defenders at the club and one of the most underrated defenders in the Premier League. Yeah, he's been a huge loss for them, but he's back in their back line. And Kevin Sade, who we haven't quite seen much of him yet. He's a young German forward with a lot of speed and directness going forward. But yeah, they've had quite a few injuries, haven't they, Brentford? Sheffield United will assess Jack Robinson, who came off with an ankle injury against Chelsea last weekend. Excuse me, George Baldock, Ryan Brewster, Max Lau, Reece Norton-Davis, Chris Basham, and Johnny Egan are all absentees. How I think this game's going to go quickly, I think Brentford are going to bounce back here. They did have a great comeback victory, not a victory, but a draw against Aston Villa. Should have been a victory, but they drew 3-3 in the end. 2-0 down, went 3-2 up, and then Ollie Watkins nodded it to get the winner. But I think it's going to be the equaliser. Oh, man, about it's because I'm trying to multitask. You know, multitasking is not good, people. You can't able to concentrate. But I've gone for a Brentford 2, Sheffield United 1. I think it'll be tight, you know. I see a few people in the chat that have gone for a quite comfortable win for Brentford, but Sheffield United have shown a little something. I watched them in that Liverpool game for a bit, and then I turned it over as soon as McAllister scored because it hurt. I ain't gonna lie. When I saw that they equalised, I was like, "Hey, let me watch this. Let me watch this Sheffield United game." And then McAllister saw that bang. I was like, "Yeah, I'm not watching that now." It hurt. So yeah, Brentford 2, Sheffield United 1. Brentford 1-0. Says Paxton. I think it'll be close too, bro. And who have you gone to score, Pax? Or has he changed it? Ivan Toney Brace. So you've changed it to a 2-0, yeah? Or is that just in reaction to... Oh, no, I think it might be a 2-0 change. Bees 2-0. Tony and Mbuemo. The Bees winning by 3-0, says Shay. Sheffield United 2-0 victory, says Red Devil Yannick. Interesting indeed. They are all but relegated, though, aren't they? Sheffield United. I think they did like a club statement, basically saying that they're relegated. So they've accepted defeat as well. Ivan Toney hat-trick, says Shay. 3-1 Brentford, says Ends. Pats want to hold the wood of whoa. You need to make me read that out, bro. Hey, yo, Moss. Pause. What do you do in the G10? Whoa. Moss, my brother. I'm gonna have to pay close attention to your chats right now. 2-1 Brentford, says G. And yeah, I've gone with the same result. Great minds think alike, G. That's what I like to say. Now, let's move on now into the next game. Burnley, another relegation candidate at home to Brighton and Hove Albion. We're not going to spend too long on this. Any real key team news that we'd like to say? Vincent Kompany serves a one-match ban. Dara O'Shea is available, also suspended after his dismissal last weekend. James Trafford's available after recovering from illness. For Brighton, Hulo and Cecil, I really rate him. Tereak Lamptey, I used to really rate him. Not so much now. Injuries have derailed his career. I added to Brighton's injury list, leaving them without nine players. Billy Gilmore, James Milner, Adam Webster are making good progress in their rehabilitation, but remain out. I'm not gonna go with a Brighton win, you know. I'm not. I just think it's gonna be tight. De Zerbi and Brighton. You never quite know what you're gonna get from them in the season. I do expect them to have a strong end to the season, though. But I've gone for a 2-2 draw. Burnley. They have given me a little something in recent weeks. Just a little something to show. Drawing at Chelsea was big. They lost 1-0 away to Everton, but they were the better team. They have been the better team in a lot of their games of late, to be quite honest. But, nah. They're just not doing it for me. They're just not going to do it against Brighton. Not going to grab the win, but I've gone for a 2-2 draw. You, man, have gone crazy in the chat with this game. You've gone with a 5-0 Brighton win, 4-1 Brighton. Paxton N's gone for a big Brighton wins right there. 2-1 Brighton, says Shay. 4-3 Brighton, says G. Yo, these scorelines are crazy. It was something that Moss said that he said Moss, a viral clip a long time ago. He did say, he said a lot of things Ivan Toney has. 2-1 Brighton, says Moss. I'm the only one who's gone for, actually, Red Boy, Red Devil Yannick, he's gone with it as well. He's gone for a 2-2 draw. I hear it. Here we go. I thought I was the only one then. I thought I was the only one back in Burnley to get something out of this. Chat needs humor. Canadians supply comedy. Hey. I'm trying to think, man. He's a Canadian comedian. He's a Canadian comedian. Moss, I'm sure you'll know. I'm sure you will. Feel the burn. Hey, yo, again. Pause on that again. Pause on that again, Moss Boss. Next game here is Nottingham Forest versus Wolves. Guys, this is a bit of a... It's not just a derby because it's a Midlands, East versus West. These men have got a bit of hatred for each other, you know. And this one's big because Nottingham Forest are just above the relegation zone. They are the team level on points with Luton, but they are only above Luton by goal difference, and that's minus 16 they've got, and Luton have got minus 20, so it's the 4 goals that separates them. In terms of team news, this one's also a 3:00 kickoff at the City grounds. Nottingham Forest are still without Willy Bolly, Taiwo Awoniyi, and Nuno Tavares because of muscle injuries, missing their main man, their key man in front and goal in Taiwo Awoniyi. Morgan Gibbs-White is a doubt for Nuno Espirito Santo's side after coming off with an injury against Tottenham. Do you know how crazy that line is? Again, I keep saying crazy. That's mad because Morgan Gibbs-White is a doubt for Nuno Espirito Santo's side. 3 years ago. That's a Wolves team you're talking about. Now it's Forest. Madness. Wolves boss Gary O'Neill is hopeful Mateus Cunha can make his first start since recovering from a muscle injury. Craig Dawson and Hwang Hee-chan are back in contention, while Ryan Aït-Nouri is expected to be involved, but despite nursing a minor issue. However, the game is coming too soon for Jean-Richter Bellegarde. Decent little player from what I've seen of him, but he's picked up quite a few injuries this season with a knee problem. So they won't have no Neto, of course, either. Nottingham Forest against Nuno Espirito Santo against his old side. I am going with a scabby, as they'd say right here around here. 2-1 Forest win. I just think they might nick it. But Morgan Gibbs-White being a doubt. You know what? I'm doing a late change. I don't usually do this. I don't usually do it, do I? I'm gonna go for... I've changed it. I've switched my tone. That might come back to haunt me. I hope it ends in a draw, so it doesn't come back to haunt me. So I was wrong either way. Nottingham Forest 1, Wolves 2. That's what I've gone for. Wolves win. Yeah, G went for it. He went for the Forest 2-1 win. I changed my mind. I bottled it. I did bottle it. I just think that Forest missing Morgan Gibbs-White, missing Taiwo Awoniyi. I just don't think they'll have the quality in the end to put Wolves to the test. And I think Wolves have got a very good manager. It sets them up very well. They've got Mateus Cunha there. They've got some goals returning to the team. And Hwang Hee-chan's back in contention too. Craig Dawson's very important for them defensively. I just think Wolves are going to do it. Forest 0, Wolves 0, 2 red cards, 1 for each team. Paxton knows about this little rivalry that they've picked up in the past couple of years. Since Nottingham Forest returned back to the Premier League, that's where it's really picked up. Forest 3-2, says Shay. Have you heard about the new offside rules for the next season, semi-automatic, just like they have in the Champions League? Great little segue here. Let me go through your super chats. I haven't got no super chats on. I'm not ready for that yet, guys, in the channel. But let me go through your comments, and then I'll go talk about that. It's a great topic to speak about. 4-2 Wolves win. Maybe a 2-2 draw, says Ends. 3-2. Yeah, maybe Wolves sneak it with a 3-2. Couldn't let the East Midlands team win. No. West Side. I prefer East Coast rap. Hey, guys, West Coast or East Coast rap? That's another little hot topic. For me, East Coast. But when it comes to the Midlands, West Side, baby. West Midlands. 11 likes. Big up, people. Can we get the lights up, please, people? Really appreciate that there. East Side, West Coast. Yeah, I hear it. 1-1. Wolves in that game there. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind your 2-2 draw ends or your 1-1 draw, Moss, because it won't bite me back. It won't come back to haunt me if Nottingham Forest do win. East Coast versus West Coast, let me know. But whilst you're letting me know that, guys, how the Champions League offside, well, the semi-automated offsides, I'm happy we've got that. I'm delighted we have. But my little bit of gripe that I've got is, why didn't they bring it in sooner? Why does it always feel like the Premier League is always one step behind? It was introduced into the Champions League this season. The referees turned it down for this season. Why? Liverpool fans, you must be going mad hearing that again. I don't, even if you have the energy to go mad, because it feels like a lot of energy has been expended on that Tottenham goal, that goal, that the one that was disallowed. But now they're introducing it when they could have introduced it a season earlier. They had no reason not to. It's not like we don't have the resources. You didn't have the time to prepare it, to install it. It was just because you've got too many people that don't like change in these refereeing, not in IFAB. It's in the FA. What is it? The PGMOL. Sorry, that's the one. PGMOL. Who don't like change, who feel like that they can do it the right way all the time. But no. What's this actually? UEFA offside was wrong yesterday. Goodmanson on Lille wasn't off. Is that true? Is that actually true? Is that what happened? I'm looking for my phone. I don't even know why, actually, because I've got my laptop right here. Goodmanson offside? Was that true? Did they admit it? It was wrong. I'm trying to have a look at it here. Trying to see if it was crazy. If it was, well, less waffle tea. Yeah. But I'm glad that it is being brought in. But Liverpool fans are going to be happy about that again. And yeah, I wish it was brought in the year before that, actually, because we might have had a league title under our belt. That Brentford game, wouldn't we, guys? The Arsenal. Final 2 games. We've got West Ham at home to Fulham in a London derby in the West again, versus West Ham being East London versus the West London of Fulham. Yeah, it can be quite confusing, those who are in the UK. West Ham is based in East London, even though they've got West in their name. And Fulham, they are based in West. Of course, closest rivals to Chelsea. But this game is on Sunday. I believe it's at the same time as the Liverpool game. 2 o'clock kickoff. So Sunday, David Moyes, boss, he does not expect to have Jared Bowen returning from his injury. Alphonse Areola and Calvin Phillips missed the defeat against Bayer Leverkusen and are doubts. Mavropanos will be assessed after being forced off. For Fulham, He's revealed that there's no new injury concerns. Armando Broja did pick up a slight issue in training, but a scan revealed that there is no problem. So he does have a fully, I'm not sure if it's fully fit, but no new injury concerns. West Ham off the back of Europe. They do tend to do well at home off the back of Europe. Fulham seem like they're on the beach at the moment. I'm hoping they've got one more game for us, though, of course, against Liverpool. But I think that they will lose this one by 2-1. I just think West Ham will just edge it in the end. A 2-1 West Ham win. I think that's what it will be. West Ham 1, Fulham 0. West Ham 2, says Shay. Maple syrup, or maple syrup versus blueberry. Saskatoon, maple syrup all day long. I've never had. Is it blueberry syrup? Is there such thing as a blueberry syrup? Or do you mean just blueberries on a pancake? Because blueberry syrup would be crazy. I don't know how that would taste. It's going to be more enjoyable to watch your team play. Exactly. It is true. And you got, it's not in the hands of these referees. 2-2 draw, says Ends. 2-1 Fulham, says G. 4-3 Fulham, says Yannick. Okay. Interesting scorelines. So we've got one West Ham win from Pax, 2 draws, and 1 Fulham win. Yeah, well, 2 Fulham wins. Sorry, do apologize. Saskatoon berries, madness. You have to send some over, Moss. You have to bring some over, send some over. They won't be fresh by the time they get here, though, will they? Crossing the Atlantic. But let's go now into the next one, guys. Into the next fixture, and that is Chelsea hosting Everton. It's the last game. I made it last on purpose. Just, a little dig at Chelsea. Sitting in 9th place right now. The dizzy heights of 9th. I mean, they are 5 points off Man United with a game in hand, but that game in hand on Man United is against Arsenal. Yeah, you're not doing it, are you, lads? Yeah, you're not gonna break into the top 6, are you, Chelsea? After that 2-2 draw at home against away, sorry. A 2-2 draw at home against Burnley, and then 2-2 draw away at Sheffield United. Pretty embarrassing, really. But in terms of injuries, Chelsea could be without Axel Disasi and Enzo Fernandez, who have both missed training with minor issues. Robert Sanchez and Raheem Sterling are suffering from illness, but Ben Chilwell could return after missing the past 3 matches. Everton forward Dominic Calvert-Lewin should be available despite a minor hamstring strain. Shock horror. Calvert-Lewin injury. Make sure you're fit for the Liverpool game, lad. Idrissa Gana Gueye and Amadou Onana will return, while long-term absentee Arnaut Danjuma is expected to make the squad. Chelsea-Everton, Monday night at Stamford Bridge. Don't really care about it too much, but I don't think Chelsea are going to win because you can never trust them if you was a Chelsea fan. So I've gone with a Chelsea 1, Everton 1 right there. I've gone for a draw. Let me see your thoughts and predictions, guys, in the chat. And then what I'll do is an impromptu, and we're going to be working out the predictions table live because I wasn't able to have time to do it. I wasn't able to have time to sort it out before the stream. So I've got the scores written down. I just need to update the table as you guys are here, and I'll update it with you one by one so you can see what the prediction table is looking like. 3-0 Chelsea, says Shay. Saskatoon berry pie. Oh, is it? Sounds nice. Definitely should bring some. I do like my pies, and I do like blueberries. 3-0 Chelsea, 3-1 Chelsea, says Ends, and Red Devil Yannick was the one that said 3-0. 2-1 Chelsea. I was forced to buy into Cole Palmer's stock. What, on FPL, or is it just on in predictions? 1-0 Chelsea, but not sure at all. Destroyed cruciate ligaments out again. Is that what DCL stands for now? Yeah, I like that one. Surprising. It is indeed. A 2-2 draw for this game here. Hey, G's agreeing with me with a draw. He's gone for a high scoring one, a 2-2. But I'm not going to be watching this game. I ain't going to lie with you. Because me and Ends and G and Savage will be doing Let's Talk Football on Ends' channel, which we like to do and after the games here. So, guys, pretty sure I had 9 points last week. You did have 9 points. Let us go through these predictions live right now together. Let me get it up first. Pause on that. That sounds a bit mad, but saying let me get it up. But yeah, let me get the predictions table up. That's what I was meant to say. I should have finished it off. Again, Tereak, you're just fumbling the bag here. Just shut your mouth and just get the predictions table up. All right. So let's share my screen. Where is it? Here we go. So yeah, you guys should be able to see that now. I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you just so that you can get to see it fully. Yeah, there you go. So you can get to see it fully. This was the predictions table before going into the the midweek games. Well, this was the weekend's games that we just predicted, and I can give you the scores on the doors. So Manj, who is currently top with 233 points, did get 8 points and 1 correct score. So let's do this because the 1 correct score is easy to add. So Manj is on 31 correct scores and he got 8 points. And let's do the maths together. I know you're going to hate this. So he's got 241. I'm showing you my mental maths whilst doing this. I'm putting myself under pressure. So Manj is on 241 points right there. Moss, you indeed did get 9, not 2. You'd have gone crazy at me there. So you've got 38 with you got 38 correct scores. You got 2 correct scores, and you did get 9. So that means you've got 231. Not that much. So you're only 10 points behind Manj now. So you've caught up rapidly there. For myself, I did get 8 points. So I got the same as Manj here. So that means I'm on 209. Not that much. 209. And then I only got 1 correct score. So that's 25. Look at that. Moss running away with it for the correct scores. You've done a fantastic job. I think the only reason why you're behind Manj right now, Moss, is because you did miss out like 2 weeks, and it's not your fault. It was mine. So this is a real title race we've got at the top right here. I'm not in it. We haven't got a 3-horse title race because I'm just a little bit too far. What am I like? 40 take away 8, 32 points off of Manj. So yeah, I'm not really going to get there for that one there. But I've got 25 correct scores and 209. Pax got 8 as well and 1 correct score. So very similar score lines here. So that makes 191. So you're not too far off me, Pax, to be quite honest with you. You're not too far. You could close the gap on that. And you do have, you did pick up 1 correct score. So that makes it with 19. Mr. 200, however, didn't get his predictions in. So that's 0 right there. And Shay, you did get 4 correct scores. So we only had, because we didn't get to do the preview show last week, we only had how many of you? 1, 2, 3, 4, including myself, 5 people that entered the predictions league. So Shay, you did get 4, so that makes you 117, and then 0 correct scores. So yeah, that stays the same. So the scores on the doors, there has been no change in the predictions league. So Manj is sitting pretty at the top still, but Moss is right behind him, Paws with 10 points just off the top. I'm sitting in third, and Pax isn't that too far off me. He's 18 points behind me. Could close that gap quite easily. We still got plenty of game weeks left to go. We still got May to go through as well. Mr. 200 isn't too far off Pax, but Pax was able to extend his lead because Mr. 200 missed those predictions right there. Mr. 200, I know you'll be watching afterwards because you do work early on a weekend. So make sure you get your predictions in this weekend, my brother. My apologies. It's my fault why you weren't able to get them in last weekend. But Shay, you are sitting in the nice 6th position. You'll have to do an amazing job to break into the top 5, but you seem comfortable in 6th right now. And most people, yeah, the ones that we've seen at the bottom kind of either dropped off from the very beginning or people that just entered. So guys, you will be added to the predictions league. But if you want to see the predictions of the predictors of the month, make sure, guys, you will tune into next week because I haven't sorted that out right now. Actually, can I do that? I don't know if I can actually for this month. Nah. That's too hard because I have to look through the old predictions. But that's the predictions table as it stands, guys. Make sure you do tune in to more of our preview shows. We've got plenty more coming, guys, for the remainder of the season. We've got double game weeks ahead as well, too. people. So mate, let's have a look into it here. Let me see what you're saying in the comments. I can see plenty of Moss ones. Pretty sure I had 9 points. You did have 9 points last week. You did. Moss, you picked up 9. Tereak, take it easy on Tariq. You said 1 correct score and 1 point. That's 4. Why are you giving Manj 8? No. Because it's you get 2 correct scores, but it's like you can get like 6 and then 3. Manj, he gets the predictions right. He gets the results right, but not the scores. So that's why he got 8. It's the same with me. I got 8 and 1, and Pax got 8 and 1, and yeah, that's the reason why. 200 plus points safe, and I'll take 4th now, to be honest. Champions League football for yourself, Pax. T-Talks AWOL cost me the title. Might have to sue Moss. Jacob used to rock it. Do you know what? Before Jacob started playing, he was top of the league. He was killing it. Do you know what he was at the beginning of the season? He was Aston Villa. Yeah, Jacob was Aston Villa at the beginning of the season. I can still come back. Absolutely. No need to sue me yet. No need to. Remember to put your prediction. Hey, listen to Shay. Guys, you saw me work out that predictions league. I know it's a bit too late now, but guys, we still do have the predictors of the month. Make sure you do put your predictions into the comment section right at the end of the stream to submit them. Thank you for putting them into the live chat, but I can't submit them until they're in the comment section. Just a lot easier for me to keep track of them, and then, yeah, to go through them at the end. I keep looking at myself, and now I've got myself back on the big screen. Man them and gal them, I need a trim. Make sure you remind me next week that I'll go get a haircut. I'm getting my haircut. I'm booked on for Wednesday. Wednesday is when I'm going to get my haircut. I'm going to look fresh for that Bayern game. So basically, guys, I'm just going to look fresh for when we reach the Champions League semi-finals, when we celebrate on that night. And might do a little celebratory reaction stream. Am I tempting fate by doing that? Nah. But big up to yourself as well, my brother Ends. Thank you to everyone that has been locked into the chat here for this one here. I really do appreciate it. Most of you stayed in throughout the 1 hour, 20 minutes of me waffling and vamping and trying to get things sorted on the go and everything. Fresh for the downfall. I love it. You man are moving. See, hey, I know G said to me he's watching this game because he's watching us to see us downfall. Hey, they'll be praying on my downfall. Hey, another one. Is that T Grizzly? They'll be praying on my downfall. That's a bag one. T to the A. Hey, is it T to the A? Oh, is it? Oh, I forgot which one. It's on my gym playlist. But anyways, love to you all, my people. I'll be back again on Sunday with the Arsenal show. Congratulations to Moss for winning March Predictor of the Month. I know we're like halfway through April, but I'm saying that. But you know how it is. And Shay's got a stellar. Big up to you all, my people. Love, and we're out. Peace. I'll see you on Sunday, guys, when Arsenal are still top of the league. Am I tempted fate again? I should just shut up and go.